anime fans, this is Chris Bolts coming in with a video on some news coming out of Korea. Looks like Korea is finally saying, you know what, we will go ahead and handle our anime ourselves, and that is, in my view, is going to be a very good thing. Korea plans to invest up to $100 million in animation by 2029. But before we get into the content, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that good stuff really helps me out. So the title again is Korea plans to invest up to $100 million in animation by 2029. And I think that part of the reason why they're doing that is, one, we obviously know that a lot of the anime, or rather Korean-based manga that are adapted into anime have turned out to be quite popular. Of course, Solo Leveling tops that list. But we also have viral hit, the first season of Tower of God and whatnot. But at the same time, there has been a lot of disappointments coming out of the that when it comes to manga to anime adaptation. For example, Tower of God season 2, and most recently T-Bait, or The Beginning After the End. And other ones were pretty just mediocre, like God of High School or Noblesse. Those were turned out to be not as big as we thought they would. But maybe Korea says, you know something? Maybe we'll just go ahead and handle our stuff ourselves, as opposed to continuously asking the Japanese to go ahead and turn our stuff into anime. So it says right here, the Korea Herald reports that the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism has unveiled its basic plan for the promotion of the animation industry. And it looks like they're going to be doing 150 billion won, or $100 million raised by 2029. Now, the conservative / libertarian person inside of me says, we don't want the government really getting involved in any type of private venture or anything like that. Pretty much, I don't even think it's even necessary. All they got to do is just go out and get seed money, get a lot of venture capital to start financing the industry here, because anime has become a huge multi-billion-dollar industry. Obviously, Japan is leading the way, but there's a lot of stuff that's coming out of China too. Supercube and To Be Hero X are just a couple of anime out of China that has done really well. Another one is Hitori no Shita, or The Hidden Ones. So do they need to really have a lot of money invested in the industry? No, not really. I don't think so. But at the same time, this isn't the United States of America. This is Korea. So they want to go ahead and put their money into the animation industry. And, that we'll see how it turns out for that. So it goes further that the fund aims to promote and address challenges within the Korean animation sector by capitalizing on dominant K content exports through adaptations of web novels, webtoons, and quote AI-powered spin-offs to extend the lifespan and value of intellectual property. Now that part sounds kind of ominous, and not because it's powered by AI, but because they're basically what they're saying is that we're gonna milk this for as long as we possibly can. And I don't know if we want to, if that will be a very good idea. That's one of the big worries that we have about long-running animes such as Dragon Ball. The late Akira Toriyama unfortunately passed away, and he had a little bit of control on that. But now that he's gone, Toei, who is the publisher of Dragon Ball, has basically been on record saying that they want to go ahead and put Dragon Ball all over the place. Let me see here. Okay, so on this article from Bounding in the Comics, Dragon Ball boss reveals Akira Toriyama did most of the work for Dragon Ball Daima, which, by the way, was a really good series. Confirms plans to expand franchise. So let me see down right here. We are the company president. Ioku says that animation and games are not created so quickly, and it takes time. We are trying to develop them well while preparing them, and we would like to expand further. So pretty much, we just want to be careful about going in there and pretty much just trying to milk these series for all they're worth. We don't want that to happen or anything. Next bullet point is reducing reliance on preschool content and animation, focusing on more animation for young adults and older audience. Obviously, they want to compete in the shonen and shoujo area, which is basically young boy, young girl anime for in Japan. And then obviously older, mature content, similar to something like Solo Leveling. Reducing dependence on TV broadcasting by incentivizing animation with streaming services and short form content platforms. I mean, a lot of these places can pretty much just do that on its own already. They don't have to spend their time with the trying to please the broadcasting stations or anything like that. And obviously, if they can't do it locally, they can always just draw it and then import it and get it out that way. I wonder how Netflix gets so many Korean dramas and shows on its platform so quickly, because it seems like almost every other day there's a Korean drama. So maybe Netflix can I hate to say it, but maybe Netflix can work out a partnership with a lot of these webtoon companies to draw Korean specific anime for the Netflix platform. Promoting merchandise development through commercialization training, offering industry insights, and bridging small creative and larger firms. And lastly, developing talent through training programs in collaboration with universities and other institutions. So they really want to be able to, Korea really wants to be able to grow and expand their animating industry to compete with the big dogs in Japan and China, and even over here in the United States. The United States actually is starting to develop a little bit more actual classic looking animation, not stuff that looks like Rick and Morty, although I know some people love the way that Rick and Morty and Adventure Time looks. Me personally, I find that kind of animation appalling, but they are still going down that road with the likes of Castlevania, going there with Arcane, and also recently they released Devil May Cry. So they are starting to get more into the traditional animation there. Korean Animation Fund also looks abroad, aiming to increase international co-productions by introducing a cash rebate system with funds for qualifying co-productions reimbursed if primarily produced in Korea. So they're following in the same footsteps as Japan and China with this. So that probably means that they're going to go over into Japan, over into China, and maybe over here into the United States and probably some places in Europe to try to develop some partnerships there. So that'd be really cool and all that. And lastly, it looks like they being in Korea are really invested in AI. AI isn't going anywhere, and we need to learn how to start working with it. Me personally, I do use AI to help me edit my my writings and whatnot. I'm finished my first draft on one of my fantasy books. I'm currently writing a lit RPG based in the world that I created called Euphrasia, and using AI as like a mini ghostwriter, as a copy editor, as a proofer. You know, it's a really cool tool, and Korea sees it as no differently. They want to build an AI-powered ecosystem for animation production, distribution, and startup incubation. So they're really getting knee-deep into this. So I think that's going to be a really good positive development for animation. Maybe as opposed to keeping out and trying to opt out or option out their stuff to foreign studios in Japan or in China or anywhere else, Korea is now saying that we're going to go ahead and do that ourselves. And this is something real cool right here. It says, meanwhile, Netmarble's recent participation in animation production committee sees it involved with massively popular anime such as Solo Leveling and Shangri-La Frontier. And Netmarble, obviously, they are the developers of the really great gacha game Solo Leveling Arise. By the way, if you guys are not playing that, please do so. I do create some content, and I do stream that. I pretty much stream Solo Leveling every day, Solo Leveling Arise. So if you're, I tend to try to stream between the times of 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. And I do it about an hour. Or at most, consistently I do it for an hour, and then after that about 90 minutes. Sometimes I do go out to about 90 minutes or anything like that, but I really like to keep it to that hour. So I don't want people to be too bored with the content the streaming that I do on the game. But at the same time, I think an hour is a really good enough time to get people hyped in the game, get them wrapped up, and we have a really nice conversation. Make sure to come and check that out. And I think there's a collaboration between Solo Leveling and Shangri-La Frontier that it was an animation collab, and maybe they might expand that and put some of the characters from Shangri-La Frontier in the game itself. So, and we see it, they're just back there at the bottom there. Both anime are also receiving game adaptations by Netmarble. Well, I already mentioned the Solo Leveling Arise, but apparently there's a Shangri-La Frontier game that's going to be coming out here. I'm not going to play the trailer right now, but you want to go ahead and check that out, you can go ahead and click on the link of the article, which I will include in the description. So there you have it. Really good article by this Chike Nwane. Hopefully I'm saying his name right there. Korea plans to invest up to $100 million in animation by 2029. What do you guys think about that? Do you think this is a really good development by Korea, that they're finally stepping up and saying, hey, we're going to do this stuff ourselves? They pulled a Thanos, just like what Thanos did in the Avengers Infinity War saga? Or do you think that they should continue to just partner up with Japan or China or anything like that? Jump down in the comments and let me know. Let's go ahead and get a conversation started on this, and make sure you guys do like, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. All that good stuff really helps me out. And remember, this is Chris Bolts signing off, and I will catch you in the next video. You guys take it easy.